Hello fellow old schoolers, it's Friday and I'm gonna put out another video of from the Long Island Cup 3.0 and yeah, I think I'll just put another one out with Composition A. It's the fourth game of the tournament and we have 7 games all in all in the Swiss before the cutoff to the top 8. But this match I was coming up against the deck and yeah, it was bound to happen at some point. The last tournament I had to struggle through 3 of them in a row. So it was bound to happen. Remember, at the last tournament I was kicked out of the top 8 by the deck, and that's actually one of the decks I have a hard time with. But I have tried to tweak my sideboard to be better against control and taken out the lightning bolts from the main deck and put in stuff that would support me in that matchup in a better way, because I don't have enough burn to really pose a threat, so it's kind of dead draws usually, just a lightning bolt against them. But we'll see if that holds true and if that works at all. This is the first match we're coming up here, and yeah, it is usually pretty damn hard. It's an uphill struggle for a mid-range deck against a control deck, and I have mulliganed here as well. The deck is on the left, Composition A on the right. Composition A on the play, Scrubland. Volcanic Island, just slow and steady starts here. So we got a Chaos Orb and a Factory. Seems like I might be a bit mana starved already here, because tutor here, because I usually want to get a dual land out here immediately. Suppose I can attack with it, unless I want to provide some really early pressure. A lot of colorless mana here really indicates to me that I don't have enough. So okay. Oh, so he tutors here, and I'm trying to Mind Twist him for 2. That's the choice. Trying to really hit whatever he tutored for. He likely took an Ancestral Recall. If we can get that, that'd be great. Fireball Disenchant. But yeah, 2 out of 6, you know. The odds weren't that great anyway. So the Ancestral Recall that he likely tutored for is there in his hand. So we will see what he tutored for at this point. Yep, there it goes. I mean, it was still worth it, right? Could really... Oh, but now he disenchants my Chaos Orb here. And I can't even activate it because I'm tapped out. I don't even have any more mana. Of course, he's tapped, so I can attack with the Factory and pump for 1. He's tapped out, so he can't remove my Factory. But I am mana starved here. Mesa 5th coming down. At least it holds his colored mana back a bit. Chaos Orb here. Now, if he takes my colored mana here, I'm screwed. Yeah, he recognizes this immediately. Well played, Simon. So let's see if it hits. I would like it to miss, to be honest. Nope. Smack down. Scrubland gone. So now there's really a long way for me to get enough colored mana. Still nothing. And this is really crucial, because you need to apply pressure on the deck early on as a mid-range deck, and I can't do that. It's even another Mace of Ith here. So a lot of Mace's main deck for this guy. Recall, rightly recalling the Ancestral Recall. Yeah, recalling balance here. Yep, getting it back. Still no mana. I think it's actually kind of interesting, because when I look over these games again, it just strikes me how many times I've mana starved. And I think I've actually... Oh, okay, Time Walking here after the Ancestral Recall. He's actually... might be a bit... No, he got an Underground Sea. He might be a bit meta starved as well. But yeah, just right. And I have slowly siphoned lands out of Composition A before this tournament. Just to try to really optimize the creature base. Brain Geysers here for 2. There's a Black Lotus, so now I can counter. Do we have a land? No, another Factory. Still colorless mana. Yeah, so... But what I was about to say is I think I have gone over the limit here. I think I might have 1 or 2 lands too few at this point, and that is really all it takes. He's countering up. It looks like a Mind Twist. Yep, here we go. That's probably game. Yeah, Ancestral Recall in the hand. Couldn't play it. No colored mana. Crushing. Yeah, but I think that's the problem. Now we get a Mox Pearl. Still no black mana. Can't even attack. Can't overwhelm the mazes. There's the book. So yeah, but I didn't really realize that until I'm seeing these videos. That I mean, this game is kind of lost already, right? And it's because of mana starvation. So I think I'll have to put a bit more lands in it. I can't afford to be held back for that long. Especially in a matchup like this. Regrowth. Likely the Ancestral Recall one more time, perhaps. Makes the most sense to me. No, he takes the Chaos Orb. Brutal. No, he takes the Scrubland likely. But that's the main problem when you're mana starved. That I mean, it's compounding because people will just really just crack those few lands you have, and the mana starvation will just, yeah, it'll just be a vulnerability. Now there's a second, that would have been the second black mana source. I don't have any cards in hand anyway because I lost 7 cards to that Mind Twist just before. Factory coming down. So he attacks with the Factory. I don't mind losing a Factory to it, or 2, I don't need them. I need another black mana. At least I can lose 1 Factory with no problem. So I'll double block it here. And he Lightning Bolts one of them. So as a response, I pump myself and then I pump it with the other Factory. Now it becomes a 4/4. So it doesn't die to the Lightning Bolt. That's pretty nifty. So Lightning Bolt's the other one. And I can only make that into a 3/3. And obviously he does this before block. So he'll get in now. For 2 points of damage. But still, it drew. And then he disenchants the other one. Okay, a lot of cards used by him. But it doesn't matter. I can't draw a colored mana to save my life here. So lesson learned. I might be shuffling it the wrong way, or being a bit unlucky here, or there's just too little mana in the composition here. I think it's a combination, but I think we'll need another land in it. Anyway, it's just he attacks, so I block 1. He untaps with the Mace and pumps the other Factory, getting in for 3. So yeah, just put me out of my misery here. Getting a Sushi down. Might as well. Gets countered. Drew a counter spell though, that's nice. And the deck is down to 2 cards in hand, at least. Another land, a Mox, and now he's free to use the book, I suppose. No, he just attacks, double attacks here. Yep, fair enough. Down to 10 points of life here. Nothing I can cast, because I still need that double black mana. Just looking over my graveyard. 2 lands in the graveyard. 2 scrub lands. Attacks again. I block. He uses the Mace to get back and then pumps the other Factory. So it does 3 points of damage. Black Lotus coming down. But I don't have any cards in hand. I have a single card in hand. I suppose I could do something here. Wonder what I'll do. Scratch that, I have 2 cards in hand. First one, Hypnotic Spectre here. Used the Lotus for... Oh, and another one. Yeah, I used the Lotus for 3 black mana and then used the Sol Ring and the Underground Sea to get 4 black mana. So I suppose that's something. It's pretty nice. Draws with the book as a response. Or in my end step, I suppose. Then he gets down the Abyss. So one of the specters goes screaming down into that void. So I attack with the Spectre for good measure. He might have forgotten his Maces of Earth once, and I mean the odds are 1 in a billion, but he maces it. Then he draws with the book in my end step. So the main thing is that book, and then after that it's that Abyss. But there's a long way home here. So yeah, the Abyss removes the final Hypnotic Spectre here. Okay, balancing here. Yeah, but he counters it. That's what the deck does. I mean, that would have been pretty damn nice to remove his hand like that and put him down to 3 lanes. Then he bolts me. Okay, this goes fast. Down to 4 points of life. Draws another card. Then attacks for 4. And I block. And he Divine Offerings it. So getting in for 4 is a surgical strike. Okay, the deck wins. I can't say that it was a particular exciting match, but it was a learning experience just to watch it one more time. I have been struggling with my mana sources. So we are sideboarding here and going straight into round number 2. Let's hope to draw enough lands here, and we can evaluate as we go along how big the mana problems are here in the deck. I might be imagining things, but still, that's the impression I have at this moment. Starting off with the Library of Alexandria, keeping the hand, that's a good sign. I suppose it is a good thing to start with the Library of Alexandria against the deck. And no strip mine from him. Factory into Sapphire surprises me. I suppose he wants to put in some work with that factory. Doesn't want to counter. Whoa, okay. I wonder why I play that. No, I suppose I only have the library as a land in my hand. And I'm playing the Lotus because I have Red Blast? Could be it. Or feigning a Red Blast. That's a Felva Stone coming out of him. An altered Felva Stone. So, but we're still within library range. So digging for more lands here, I imagine. There's another Mox. I'm pretty damn sure there aren't any lands, although I would have played them over Moxen because I need to use my land drop. I'm really considering something here. Cracking the Lotus. Divine Offering on the Felva Stone. Getting 2 points of life. Still have a lot of white mana. Ooh, and then I'm balancing. Yeah, so he needs to go down to 1 land and 1 Mox. That'll slow him down. And he bolts me, so I need to discard another card. But I suppose it's a way to equalize. It's very, very good to keep the deck away from too much mana. Discarding my Red Blast here. That's why I played the Lotus. I had a Red Blast in hand, but I don't have any red mana. So now I need to get back into library range, but at least it mana starves him. 2 Ivory Towers here. I wonder if he put them in after sideboard. But he doesn't have enough cards in hand to activate them. Okay, there's a colored mana, finally. And a Mace of Ith from him. So he is mana starved as well after that balance. And crushing the Felva Stone. So I'm just getting within library range here. I don't know if I have any lands. The correct play here is likely to get in with library range as quickly as possible after trying to disrupt his mana like this. Oh, it's an Ancestral Recall. Oh, Red Blasting it though. I had another Red Blast. Oh, but he counters a Red Blast. So the Ancestral gets in. There's a land drop. Yeah, so he was digging for that. Now I must be... No, I'm likely not within library range now because I used the Red Blast. I'm doing something here. I must have 6 cards in hand or something. Passing the turn right back. Don't hope there's a Mind Twist and a black mana source. No, no black mana source yet. 2 Tundras though. And a book. Here we go. Now he has his own draw engine going. And I must be within 7 cards. Finally getting in. Using that Red Blast. Yeah, it was the correct play. But still. It held me back. Factory. And then a Divine Offering on his Felva Stone. I take 1 point of damage from the City of Brass and gain 3 life from that book. That's crucial. Really, really nice. Getting rid of his draw engine here. So he bolts me as a fast effect. That smells like a draw 7 or something. Or balance. Just flinging them at me. Like this. Otherwise, I think he would have kept it against Hypnotic Spectres if I have them. After sideboard. Now, disenchanting this Sapphire. That's a balance. Yeah, I suppose so. So I need to go down to 1 card in hand here. I have 3 lanes and he has 4. 5. So he needs to get rid of those, at least. Still holding him back in mana. That's pretty damn key. But getting pushed away from the library engine here and discarding a full hand. so much of my card advantage is gone. So I'm behind 2 cards and a few lives, a couple of lives behind. So I attack in here. No land still. He didn't draw anything either. So I activate the factory and get in. Might as well, he only has 2 cards in hand. And it might draw some removal. And passing the turn. Passing the turn right back. Another factory. So attack with the factory, pumping it 3 points of damage. That's nice. He's down to 13 points of life here. And now he chooses. So we'll cut a bit forward while he shuffles through the deck. So he passes the turn to me while he continues shuffling here. Alright. And I didn't draw any mana. Yeah, he takes a point of damage from City of Brass. Then I attack with 2 factories here. Ooh, goes down to 8 points of life here. 2 Cities of Brass. Okay. So what has he chosen? I mean, we don't know. Hard to say. Activating both factories, coming in again. Must have something here, disenchanting one of them. So getting in for 2, losing a factory, then time walking, nice. Nope, no, he counters it. Alright, it cost me 2 life to cast that time warp because all I have for colored mana is 2 Cities of Brass. What is going on with my mana base, man? Yeah, so he must have a recall in hand. He's looking through that graveyard all the time. Must come here. Yep, so he recalls. He might have tutored for that. Getting the Ancestral Recall, perhaps? No. Removes those. He takes 2 cards. Okay, removes a... Yeah, so he gets a mace to protect himself from my factory and gets an Ancestral Recall to pull ahead. Just to stabilize. He's at 5 points of life, so he can't take any chances here. So I Brain Geyser for 3. Cost me 2 points of life again, but did we get a mana this time? Yeah, that's a Badlands. And then passing the turn. So he might play his Ancestral Recall now, but it won't put him that much. It won't put him ahead because I have Brain Geysers for 3. Though his is a lot cheaper. Didn't cost 5 mana and 2 points of life, as my Brain Geyser did. Am I trying to get within library range again here? Or am I trying to finish it? I'm trying to commit here. Getting a sushi out. I lightly sideboarded a 2 in, so I have a full playset because I know he plays with Abyss. And then the Red Blasts, I probably took those in as well. Okay, actually the factory coming over with the sushi and the factory. So it disenchants the sushi and maces the factory. So much for that, but at least, yeah, it took a removal card from him and gets him away from those double ivory towers there. And then, yeah, I'm using the maced factory to play a Juice. He bolts it in my end step. So I don't have to use my Cities of Brass here. So okay, he's down to 5 points of life. I'm using him, staring him down, but there's that Mace of Ith. Okay, yes, looks like something huge here. Brain Geyser. Putting him down to 4 points of life. He Brain Geysers for 3. No, 4. Does he have another Mace of Ith or something? Nope. I think he has put a land down. So at his end step, I Divine Offering his Ivory Tower because he could start to gain life from it. Then I strip mine the Mace of Ith. He's tapped out. Completely helpless. Justin gets in. Schmack. Okay. Really, I think it was a game where, yeah, Conversation 8 takes it, but a lot of mana trouble as well. And actually on both sides. I think I might have saved my bacon by casting that balance and mana screwing him a bit. Because the deck needs a lot of mana to function with all those books. So yeah, third and deciding match here. And we are actually slowly running out of time in this tournament. So it's on the play and plays pretty fast. So I think we are running out of time. So okay, Scrubland, Mox, Ancestral Recall. Great stuff here from Uncomposition A. Okay, it looks much more secure this game, mana-wise. So Time Walks. Okay, good stuff for him as well. Third land drop. Felverstone perhaps? Yep, there we go. And then, okay, then disenchanting my Mox Sapphire. Dragging me out of blue mana for now. Trying to like postpone me, or delay my board presence because yeah, he needs time to get his mana base secure. I strip mine his factory. City of Brass, and that's a Black Lotus, I think. Cracking the Lotus, and then Mind Twisting my hand. Oh my lordy lord. That's 6 cards. I get to keep one. Everything else is gone. City of Brass. Blackly what I kept. Then I sinkholed his City of Brass. Okay, I was just about to say I should take a point of damage. Avatar coming down. Down to 1 point of life. Library from my side. Underground Sea from him. Yeah, look at the speed we're playing with here. I think we're on a clock. So I Time Walk. Still no land. Disenchanting his Ivory Tower. He's getting within... okay, so he counters me. He's getting within the Ivory Tower range. Library. Still no lands. So I tutor here. Ancestral Recall likely, right? I wonder if he counters it. It might be crucial. Oh, then I remember that I've already used the Ancestral Recall in the beginning, so I can't really do that. And use that to play a Sol Ring instead. I think I tutor for that Sol Ring, just to get the mana going. As a book. Okay, Sink of Empire coming out. And he starts to gain life from that Ivory Tower. If he gets within 7 cards and the active library, that'll be really bad news. The Abyss coming down. Killing the vampire, right. Sushi. Okay, it doesn't care about that Abyss. At least we have that. Oh, please, Wrath of God here. Must have sideboarded that in. Okay, another Sushi. And then I disenchant the Abyss. Might as well, he's tapped out. Moving in here while he can't counter. Draws with the book. And now he's within library range and Ivory Tower range. So he gains 4 points of life each turn. Jusumjin coming out. A lot of aggression here. At least we have the mana now. So we need to speed run him down before our clock runs out. Drawing with the library now. Gaining life from the Ivory Tower. Gaining cards from the Library of Alexandria. But 9 points of damage each turn, at least it does something here. Ancestral Recall from the deck. Getting 2 Moxen and a Chaos Orb. Now Chaos Orb in the Jusumjin, I suppose. Because you have more outs against the Sushi, I imagine. Yeah. Taking the Jusumjin. Using the Ivory Tower as a proxy, and it hits. That's 1 dead Jusum. And then disenchanting the Sushi. So I am without any offensive punch at this point. Can Composition A keep on going? Yes, it can. Okay, casting Jusumjin, then Time Twister. I have spent my hand there. Great play here. Getting within... Yeah, I'm using the City of Brass because then I can use the Library of Alexandria. Take a point of damage, but I can draw a card with the Library of Alexandria because I'm within library range now. Now, if we could get a Time Walk here, that would be great. and something as a lotus. I should probably draw with the library before that. Yeah, okay, I do that here. I'm allowed. Graciously by my opponent. Okay. Cracking the lotus. Disenchanting. Yeah. It's a bit of a dilemma here. Should you disenchant the ivory tower or the book? I mean, he has an active library already as a Mace of Ith. I don't want him to gain 4 life each turn. I'll never make it until time. There's not a lot of time left on the clock. Chaos up. So, I take a point of damage from the Jusumjin, and after that he elects to crack my Library of Alexandria, and it hits. Crucial hit here. Now my draw engine is gone, and he has both the library and the book going for him, and a Mace of Ith to keep my Jusumjin back. 23 points of life. So I tutor. Oh, but he counters my tutors. What? I think it was because that he was, I would have taken a Mind Twist. I think he realized this and then countered me. And we playing at such a high speed here, that of course he's allowed to do that, even though he seemed like he declined in the beginning. But there are bound to be some errors because we were really playing fast. We have minutes left on the clock until we're going to sudden death. Sinking Vampire coming out of Composition A. I would have preferred a Mind Twist, but I suppose I think he countered because I could have taken a Strip Mine and then Strip Mined his Mace of Ith, and he couldn't counter that. He didn't want that, so I would have taken a Mind Twist, I think, then Mind Twisted him and he would have countered that. So at least I still have the Mind Twist in the library. But I suppose the Mace of Ith cracking that would have been a good pick as well. Another book, I don't mind. He's already drawing so many cards. If he wants to spend 8 mana, that's fine. Getting in for 9. Macing the Jusumjin, getting in for 4. At least there are no Ivory Tower. And a Sushi coming down. So, piling on the pressure here. Then Braingeistering for a bunch. No, just 2 cards. Keeping a land untapped, likely for a Red Blast. That City of Brass smells a bit like a Red Blast, or again I could just be representing a Red Blast. Okay, disenchanting the Sushi. Those Sushis aren't worth as much in this matchup, it seems. I'll get back to that later. Recalling. Oh, this is bad news. I'm Red Blasting that. That is crucial. What a play. I could have taken all the good stuff back in. Wrath of God, Ancestor Recall. I would have. Yeah, really crucial Red Blast here. Kept that untapped and then Braingeyser. Okay, getting in for 9. He makes this 1, so getting in for 4. Okay, we are at time now. So we have 5 rounds left. Draws with the book. In my instep, and then I disenchant one of his books here. Draws with it. And I gain 4 points of life. I don't want to be fireballed out. I want a lot of life here. And I also, I think it's down to who has the most life after 5 turns. So the darn Jusumjin is damaging me, but at least the vampire is getting in because the Jusumjin is held back by the mace. So I need to do more damage to him than he does to me. I think that's the play here. If only time wasn't of the essence. Another Mace of Ith though. But he's out of library range. He has a blocking factory and a single book still working. Okay, taking point of damage with Jusumjin's second turn. No, third turn here, I think. Oh, what's that? Another Sushi coming down. Then a Wheel of Fortune. I want something. I think I'm doing that because I want something to remove his Maces of Ith. I have the mana for it. No strip mine. Factory coming down, at least even more attackers. And then what's that? Mind twisting him for 3. He red blasts me as a response. He lightning bolts me as a response. Try to kill me before time runs out. I'm at 7 points of life actually. Now I can get a few cards out. So it puts him out of library range. Ooh, getting a Mace of Ith and a book. That's nice. And a Tundra. That's not worth much. It's a good thing though that he didn't have a third Mace of Ith here. Couldn't attack yet because Sushi has Summoning Sickness. There's the 4th Mace of his deck and 3rd Mace of Ith out. So he's keeping me back here. Ivory Tower. Damn. 4th round. Another factory. So we have 5 attackers at this point. Sinkholing one of the Maces of Ith. Doesn't have any counter spells. Sinkholing the 2nd Mace of Ith. Now here we go. Activating the factory, getting over with everything. He strip mines the attacking factory. I get in for, it seems like, well, 13 points of damage is coming over. But he does have that Mace of Ith and a blocking factory, potentially blocking factory, if he wants to. Gives it a good think here. Really under pressure. That Ivory Tower can't keep up with the creature aggression from Composition A at this point. And only a single Mace of Ith left. So he maces the Jusumjin. Now that's 8 points of damage. Really considering whether to block the Sushi. No, he lets them in. Going down to 6 points of life here. Round number 5. Draws a card. 6 points of life left. He'll be dead next turn. Draws another card with the book. Black Lotus coming out. Demonic Tutor. Yeah, so does he have a fireball or doesn't he? That is the thing. Bam! He snatches a victory here. Just as the creatures are closing in on him. 6 points left. He'll take an attack from a Jusumjin, a Singa Vampire, a Sushi, and a Factory next turn. And he has a Mace of Ith and a blocking factory. So if he doesn't have any removal, that kills him next turn. And even if he has removal, they'll grind him down the turn after that. So, but it wasn't supposed to be here. The deck just ekes out a victory, snatching a triumph from the jaws of defeat. And the deck takes it in overtime, 2-1. And I can't feel too sad. I mean, at the beginning of this game, the deck was down 2-1, and I was 3-0. So if he had lost this, he would actually be likely been kicked out for any hope of the top 8. So he's in the game still, and I mean, I've been lucky in other matchups just before curtain call, and it was inevitable that sometimes Composition A loses in the final minutes just before the finish line. A bad beat, but all is not lost. I am allowed to lose a single game, so there's still everything to play for, and the tournament is still alive for me. So 3 games left before the top 8. I can't lose a single one from now on out if I want to qualify for the top 8. But it sticks to the theme from the recent tournament that my loss here is to the deck, even though I felt like this game was pretty damn close, coming down to the final seconds and a Demonic Tutor for a Fireball for lethal just before Composition A would finish him. But anyway, let's take a few minutes to go over this version of the deck that I faced here. Yeah, what immediately springs to mind is those 4 Maces of Ith main deck. That was kind of a theme of this tournament. But 4 books in this one, and 2 main deck Ivory Towers. I thought you might had put them in from the sideboard, but they're here main deck. And another thing is, look at this, no Swords to Plowshares. So it makes use of the Maces of Ith and 4 Lightning Bolts instead to handle the creature aggression. Pretty unorthodox actually. Look at the sideboard with that's a Fountain of Youth and Millstones. I do think this is actually the deck built around the same meta that I had anticipated. It's built around countering burn decks and robots. There are 4 Disenchants and a Divine Offering in the main deck. And while there's only a single The Abyss, because that's a dead draw against robots. And we also have even more artifact removal in the sideboard, along with life gain. And I bet that's against burn. I wonder if the Millstones are against burn decks as well. Just sit back with your Ivory Towers, let the other guy cycle through his card while you mill him. That could be it, but if you guys have any ideas what they are for, let me know. I haven't seen that before in the sideboard of the deck. But yeah, that's my bet. Could be against a defensive transformation against burn decks. So very, very meta, this version of the deck. And yeah, he anticipated what I anticipated, and I don't know what he has faced, but if it's anything like mine, my opponents, he would be as surprised as I was. But that's always a good thing. I mean, I like when these tournaments have so much variations and different kinds of brews. But yeah, we are at 3-1 at this point. 3 games left. Let's see what happens. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.